Deadpool versus the Indian goddess Kali. I just realized that the title of this video will be in all caps because the fanfiction is in all caps, so people will probably click on this thinking it's something it's not. If you clicked on this and think it's an animation of some sort, it's not. It's a man reading a fanfiction. That's literally what this is. I'm sorry if I've tricked you. By the way, this title is in all caps, so I have to rectify my earlier beginning here. Deadpool versus the Indian goddess Kali. A Deadpool fanfiction. Kali, the Indian goddess, the destroyer with heads in each of her arms. By the way, I'm going to interrupt myself here really quick, right at the beginning, just to say that if I've mispronounced the name Kali, I don't know. If I've mispronounced that, please feel free to leave a comment below, but only this comment specifically. Bryn Daniel, you fucking waste of space. Bryn Daniel, you fucking idiot. Bryn Daniel, you are a pox on this goddamn internet society. YouTubers alike don't like to look at you. They're embarrassed by you. Just associating you with any other YouTuber brings a curse upon their household. Slowly but surely they will die one day because of what you've done. And by the way, it's pronounced the way that you pronounce it, not the way that I pronounced it. You fucking moron. Why can't you just be perfect? I always wanted you to be perfect, Bryn Daniel. Why can't you perfectly pronounce every word the way I want you to? Why do you have to make mistakes? I don't like it. If you leave anything other than that comment, I'm going to persecute you severely. I'm going to harass you till the end of your days. You're going to die a painful, slow death in a bed alone somewhere. If you leave that comment, you're a big, sexy, strong man or woman, or it's fucking attack helicopter. You know, that's an old joke. Did you laugh there? Did you get some giggles? Did you have a giggle fit when I said attack helicopter? I'm on top of the jokes today, boy. Is destroying towns and threatening fear in the world of man and woman. Just one man, just one woman. Nothing more, nothing less. Deadpool not caring, just lazing about and being his usual self. Eating donuts, walking past destroyed towns and villages. People look at him needing him to do something about this problem, but Deadpool doesn't feel like it. Kali, the Indian goddess, is an expert in sword and weapon combat, killing and chopping head off with her sword. Also, she's a goddess. You know, the divine is always something you don't want to fuck with unless you have something that has power rivaling the divine. You know, that's kind of just a general rule. If you cannot fight the divine on their own terms, then you are going to fucking lose. That's just a fiction thing. You gotta always go on a magical quest to stop the evil god and find the magical sword or the magical amulet or the magical refrigerator full of cool, good snacks to stop the god or goddess or evil deity or monster thing. You just go and beat the fuck out of them. That just goes against all normal laws and conventions. It just doesn't work that way. That's not the way the world works. The world of fiction, that is. The real world, there is no God. Maybe. I don't fucking know. I'm an agnostic. I don't fucking care anyway. People seeing Deadpool as a swordsman expert and martial artist maybe stands a chance. One man tries to speak to Deadpool to fight and stop the Indian goddess, destroying the towns and villages. Maybe one day the world. Deadpool just jokes and speaks. Cool story, bro. Let me bring in the... That's a guitar sound because I can't actually play the guitar and I'm much, much too lazy to look up a guitar riff. And I'm sure that you'll get much more enjoyment out of me going than you would an actual guitar riff. I did you a favor there. And the man throws a can at Deadpool for being pathetic and lazy. Now I'm just imagining a City 17 guard going, pick up the can, you know, right to Deadpool. Now I'm kind of thinking, what if the Deadpool game was secretly Half-Life 3? Wouldn't that have just been amazing? By the way, I said pathetic wrong because it's spelled wrong. I meant to say pathiatsy and lazy. Deadpool gets annoyed and just starts threatening the man who threw a can at him. You threw a can at me. I'm going to chop your head off. But just walked off eating his donuts, calling him a douche. There's no E there, so it's douche. You know. You're a douche. And enters a hotel and checks in and listening to music and watching the television and alarming news of the Indian goddess Kali chopping heads off and collecting them as her possessions and the police and all the other forces failing, you know? Like I said earlier, you gotta find the magic gun to take her down. You can't just fucking go at her with anything you got. Deadpool turns off the TV and just started to snooze, and everything starts to vibrate and vibrate even more. He's in a hotel with one of those vibrating beds, you know, the love beds with a massager. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You've been in one of those creepy, seedy motels. You put a quarter in, and the bed goes, and you're like, ooh. Or like me, you've been in a bed with your grandparents. You're like, hey, can you turn on the weird thing so I can lay on it? And your grandparents are like, well, we don't have any cash on us. We just have our debit cards. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I wanted to try out the cool massage bed, but they said no. And now I'm going to be regretting that for the rest of my life. I've never gotten to try one of those massage beds, and I'm going to hold that against my grandparents for the rest of my natural life. I'm just gonna let it build up into hatred. Suddenly, Callie, the Indian goddess, comes in smashing the place and grabs Deadpool, and Deadpool gets away from Callie's grip and scratches her with his sword. Callie, the Indian goddess, this is getting a little bit repetitive. You just say she or Callie. Quick note there. Gets her sword out and swings at Deadpool and misses. The fight goes outside with the normal civilians watching and even the special forces watching Deadpool and the Indian goddess fight really hard and watching swords clash. Deadpool gets his guns out and starts shooting the Indian goddess Callie, and Callie for today retreats back to her base and speaks, "I'll come back for more, be ready." And Deadpool speaks, "Oh, at last, that's over. What an ugly bitch. Never will I tap that." Deadpool starts walking off and laughing, and a woman stops him and shouts, "You've got to stay and fight that thing." The woman shouts, and Deadpool replies, "Hey, lady, I'm not your bitch, but you can..." This is fucking Garfield from Garfield Effect. "Hey, lady, I'm not your bitch, but you can be mine later on, if you know what I mean." It gets a slap, and Deadpool then wonders why people are hitting him today. The special forces go up to him and speak with him, that if he stops the Indian goddess Callie, they will give him $3 million, and Deadpool agrees. "Right, Callie, you bitch, where are you? I got $3 million on you." Deadpool now wanting to fight. He finds the goddess Callie meditating and takes a swing at her and misses the Indian goddess Callie. And she fights back a Deadpool even angrier this time. Both fighting very hard with similar martial arts level and fitness, and Callie, the Indian goddess, chops off Deadpool's head off and grabs it and starts shouting in victory. But little does the Callie Indian goddess know, Deadpool's body's still moving and alive. And isn't Deadpool's... I'm not an expert on Deadpool, but isn't it... God, would his body regrow his head, or would his head regrow his body? I'm assuming someone who is well-versed in Deadpool lore can explain this to me. I've only read a couple comics, and after the recent surge in popularity, or I guess the last 5 years of popularity, I've kind of soured on Deadpool a little bit, because it's become popular, and no longer will I ever like it. But I don't know, that's kind of a question that is interesting to pose. It's like Wolverine. If he gets his head cut off, does his body grow back, or does his body grow out of his head? It's weird. I don't know. There is an answer. I know there is on the internet, but I'm not the one to find it. I don't want to do some intense high-level Googling at the moment. Someone else can do that for me. I know in the time that I've spent speaking about this, I could have gone and done the high-level Googling myself, but truly, I do not want to do that. It just sounds like something that I do not want to do. And Callie gets a surprise when Deadpool's head starts talking. "Hey, can you get my head back, please?" Deadpool speaks, and the body of Deadpool with a sword in its hand takes a swing at Callie, not ready for it, and gets her this time and kills the Indian goddess Callie. Deadpool gets his $3 million and speaks, "Where the hoes at, yo?" Deadpool jokes. Nice. On to the review so I can pad this video out even more. I didn't mind this fanfiction. It's just a simple fanfiction, probably written by a kid or teenager. I don't think it's too much to look into. It's is what it is. Deadpool versus the Indian goddess Callie. They sought out what they intended to do. Criticisms include, you don't have to repeat Callie, the Indian goddess, constantly. You can refer to her as she or Callie. You don't have to say the Indian goddess constantly. Also, Deadpool just saying "cool story, brah," and "nah, bitch," and "ah, fuck yeah, bitch," kind of just seems a little out of character. I mean, I'm not going to be like, "Deadpool is so sexist in this fucking fanfiction. He was so fucking sexist, and he treated women like meat." It's not really that. It's more so just it doesn't really sound in character. Deadpool just wouldn't say shit like that, really, I don't think. I think he would say shit like that if he had an opportunity to, but I feel as though that's just not really what Deadpool would do, just spouting memes and just shit, He doesn't just shoot vitriol out of his mouth. Overall, I think this fanfiction was innocent enough. It's not a sexual fanfiction, and every once in a while it's really nice to read something that is just a genuine work by either a child or a teenager, and they're just pouring their heart and soul into this, and I can appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate this fan fiction. I like the genuine ones. The troll fics and the sex fics just kind of weigh on you after a while. So I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10 on the fanfic. This is on a fan fiction scale, not a literary scale. On the literary scale, it's a solid 1. But on the fan fiction scale, it's a 6 out of 10. I don't think it is that bad that this exists. It's innocent. Thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos. There are also things, and if you want to see more fanfiction shit, click up in the top right-hand corner. I'm going to put something there. Welcome to the YouTube... Fucking words are hard, you know? Welcome to the new YouTube end card screen, and I will also have my Patreon and a subscribe button available. You don't have to subscribe. I'm just putting it there because I can't put my t-shirts there, and because they only let you link one external site in the end card. It's fucking stupid. But anyway, those are going to pop up at some point, and I also will have a secret video in the description below. You can click on that, and then you can watch that, and then you can be scarred for life. Otherwise, you know, watch the fan fiction that I recommended up in the top right corner. I'll probably put something that doesn't have a lot of views, so you can be like, wow, Bryn Daniel, you're a fucking hack, and I can be like, yeah, hell yeah, dude.